WUSA 9 Weather Impact Alert is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
And I'm WUSA 9 meteorologist Topper Shutt. We're looking at a little icy mixture tonight. That's not a snow event and not really even an ice storm, although there are some ice storm warnings out. Don't think it's going to get that bad. And even if it were to accrete north and west of town, it's going to turn to rain very quickly tomorrow morning. So let's start with temperatures. And, so temperatures are above freezing. Now, they have fallen significantly just in the past couple of hours. 35 Gaithersburg, 36 Darnestown, mid-30s in Leesburg, still upper 30s downtown. One thing we have going for us, a couple things actually. We were in the 60s yesterday. We made it in the 40s today. And temperatures, I think D.C. south will never make it below freezing tonight. So you may see some sleet. That's what falls and bounces. But in terms of freezing rain, which falls and freezes on contact, we're going to need colder temperatures than this. I don't think it's going to be a problem at all. Now, where is it? Well, we have another 3-4 hours before this rolls in. And notice there's not much blue in this. Blue is snow. This is all a mixture of sleet and freezing rain. As you roll just south of 70 and then 64, we're looking at more of just plain old rain in northern Kentucky. So it's about 3-4 hours away. It's now just getting into Garrett County. But in the meantime, we just have cloudy skies and we're just kind of cold. So this rolled through earlier. This is just updated. And we saw this kind of just sort of brush our southern Maryland friends. It hasn't reached the ground. The air is just too dry. So it's falling from the sky, radar's picking up, and it's evaporating before it hits the ground. It's called virga. So that is what we're seeing right there. So essentially we have, again, another 3 to 4 hours before anything falls from the ground. Now, ice potential, and this is updated, and I like this better. Nothing really of any consequence by 11 o'clock. By 10 a.m. on Thursday, 1/10 of an inch in D.C., Leesburg, Frederick only 1300ths, Hagerstown less than 1/10 of an inch, and you're under an ice storm warning. 1500ths in Martinsburg, a little more serious out toward Cumberland. So, and this is the accumulation of ice on power lines, on any object, how much it coats. Is it 1/10 of an inch? Is it 1/4 of an inch? So 1/10 of an inch is something serious, and we would certainly be more concerned if we had temperatures right now in the 20s and we were trying to scour that cold air out. Temperatures are above freezing right now, and it's going to fall a little bit because the air is so dry, but it's not really an ice situation, especially like we had in 99 where the Arctic air came in and temps did go in the 20s, and we had heavy to moderate freezing rain. Not the case here. Let's go over precip types, okay? So here we go. This is rain, and everything starts to snow even in summer, and it starts to snow, and then it melts, and it's still warm at the surface, so you get rain. Okay, now we get into some exceptions, okay? This is freezing rain. Starts as snow, falls through a huge layer of warm air, but it gets to the surface, which is below freezing, and it freezes on contact. So this is what falls liquid and then freezes. And that's what that ice accretion map I just showed you was all about. How much will accrete? 1/10 of an inch, 1/4 inch, 1/2 an inch. Now, sleet. And I think the lion's share of this system may actually produce sleet and not freezing rain. We start as snow. Again, we have a more shallow layer of warm air. So it goes snowflake, drop, and then it refreezes into a pellet. And that's sleet. That bounces off your windshield. My personal favorite here is snow. Starts as snow, boom, stays as snow the entire column. Generally speaking, the atmosphere's structure, the normal or average atmospheric structure is as you go up, it gets colder and colder and colder. But when you get to these kinds of situations, okay, those are exceptions. It's cold, you go up, it's warmer, you go up a little more, it's colder again. Those are your exceptions, and that's freezing rain, and that is sleet. We don't like ice. Now, when we have this sort of a situation, we have cold air damming to the north, and we do have a pretty strong high pressure in New York State, and that's going to funnel some cold air down the east slopes of the Appalachians. And they kind of just it just kind of snugs right up against the mountains and acts as a dam. And remember, cold air is denser than warm air. So if you're a pilot, it's easier to take off in a November morning than a July morning. So this is the cold air funneled down against the mountains. Now, if we blow warm air on top of that, above it, it's going to kind of go over top of this little shallow bubble of cold air. And so temperatures at 1,000 feet may be 50 degrees, but down toward the surface could be 32 degrees. And that's when we get our freezing rain and our sleet. And again, it blows over the shallow layer of cold air. Now, one difference here, and this is important, this graphic we're showing you more of a southwest wind. What's going to happen overnight, winds are going to turn southeast, and they're not going to have to blow over the mountains, so it's going to scour that cold air out much quicker. And that's why there's just so many reasons why we're not concerned about an ice storm setting up. Now, when we talk about ice, we have to kind of put things in perspective. This is what I mean. 1/10 of an inch, like a coating, 1/10 of an inch, slick road sidewalks. But it's got to be super cold for that to happen. Roadway temperatures are in the 50s because of our warm day yesterday. 1/4 inch is dangerous. That will weigh down trees and power lines. And of course, 1/2 inch is devastating. Widespread power outages. So let's just take worst case scenario tonight. Let's say some areas under the warning get 1/4 inch. It's going to quickly turn to rain and melt that off. We're not talking about any winds coming in. Don't have to worry about the winds because that sometimes is a big concern. And we may even see some sunshine tomorrow evening or tomorrow afternoon, and that will also melt everything away. So there are a lot of things going against an ice storm, and that's great. I'm a snow lover, not an ice storm lover. So, weather impact alert, we kind of tapered this down yesterday. I like it. We're going to start it at midnight Thursday, goes until noon on Thursday. The impact is going to be rain and an early icy mix north and west, changing to rain very quickly. Again, D.C., I think you're rain by 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Gaithersburg, I think you're rain by 8. And I think everybody's rain by 9 o'clock. Either you're rain by 9 o'clock or you're done. What do you need? Well, it's going to be a slow commute, even in just rain. So allow extra time. Get your rain gear out. A lot of schools have delayed, so it may be a case where it may not be pouring by the time that delay goes into effect. So that's good news. It's still going to be cold. I mean, temps will be above freezing, but it's still going to be in the 30s. Keep that in mind. Okay, here's Futurecast. Now, notice a couple things. This is 10 o'clock tonight. Notice most of the precipitation is kind of Gaithersburg south. Also notice, with the exception of Oakland across the divide, no one's below freezing. I mean, if you want freezing rain, you need temperatures in the mid to upper 20s to really have it sort of a light freezing rain. So this is good news. I think this is going to be sleet. By 3 o'clock, we're going to stop it. It's rain, Manassas, Waldorf, even just south of 50 into southern Maryland. And temperatures, I mean, a few folks are barely at freezing, maybe a little bit below, but again, that's just not going to be a problem with freezing rain. Yes, if it ends up being more sleet, and I think it will be, sleet can accumulate and make roads slippery for a little bit. That is certainly true. So, yes. By 6 a.m., though, look at this. Leesburg has rain. Gaithersburg has generally rain. Rain across all of Prince George's County. Rain to the south. A little pocket, maybe, of some mixed precipitation, but it's very light, and temps are critical now at 33, already above freezing in Frederick. So that's 6 o'clock in the morning. That's pretty good. By 9 o'clock, we're pretty much done with it. So I think by the time most of the schools go with that 2-hour delay, it won't even be raining. So that's good. Culpeper, maybe some leftover rain at 9 o'clock, and also Fredericksburg. Look what happens by noon. We had some breaks in the clouds. It's already 50 in Martinsburg by noon, 44 in D.C., and by evening, southwest flow and clearing out, temperatures low to mid-50s. It's going to end up being a pretty good day. Kind of reminds me of a March day where you can have some winter in the morning and then, boom, 50s in the evening. That's kind of what we're going to look at. And by 9 o'clock, we're back in the 40s. Notice the winds began to change a little bit back to the north and west. Now, we do still have these winter weather advisories for the entire metro. It includes southern Maryland. You guys were not in it yesterday. You are now. So Charles County, and also into Calvert and St. Mary's and Fredericksburg, you're covered. This is an ice storm warning in red. Again, I'm not real concerned about that, but if you're out and about early in the morning before 6, 7 o'clock, yeah, there could be some side streets that could be slippery. This all goes until noon on Thursday, much like our weather impact alert. So that's tomorrow. Now I'm going to show you maybe some fun stuff. I don't know. We'll see. This is 7:30 in the morning on Saturday, and this model at one time was pretty bullish on a little bit of snow and sleet Saturday morning. It's kind of backed off. It has some activity south of us, but nothing really of any consequence. 11:30, noon, maybe a couple of sprinkles, Fredericksburg to Luray, but still dry in the metro. And then by 4 o'clock, it brings up some showers and light rain. That's it. Southeast wind again. Can't keep cold air in with southeast wind. By 7 o'clock, it tries to sort of develop a mix. This is Saturday night at 7 o'clock. A little bit of a mix, Gaithersburg north up toward the border, but nothing crazy, and then that goes to rain. Now, it also had snow in on Monday, and it seems to be backing off of that. We have another chance. This is Tuesday morning. This is a mix. This is snow in blue, okay? We'll go till 10 o'clock in the morning. Now we have snow across most of the metro. Notice the winds are northeast. That's what you want. That holds the cold air in, doesn't erode that cold air at mid-levels, so you have snow as opposed to sleet or freezing rain. That's 10 a.m. on Tuesday. Pretty good snow till 1:30. A little bit of a mix down into southern Maryland. By 6 o'clock, still some snow. D.C. north, a little bit of a mix, Culpeper and La Plata. And even by 3 a.m., light snow or flurries, D.C. north, mix down to the south, and then that goes away. Now, hang on to your hat, because I'm going to show you the accumulation. I don't know that this model is updated to match what I just showed you. We'll see. This is Monday morning. Yeah, this has not updated. This model used to have a big snow for us Monday. That's pretty much off the table, I think. We could see some flurries. Don't think we're going to see 5 inches on Monday. But then it's going to bring in the second storm Tuesday. So it adds another 4 inches to D.C., another 10 to Frederick. That's certainly possible. If we saw that map I just showed you, that would match. Subtract 5 from all these numbers, and that would be about just that Tuesday storm. So this will update by 11 o'clock. We'll look at it again. And, of course, ton of snow out west of the Divide, which is good news for our friends at Wisp and Timberline in the Canaan Valley. Very, very good. So, snow potential European. Monday it has just a tiny bit. So it's keeping essentially everything south of us on Monday. And then Tuesday, it's not a pure snow. We're fighting to keep the cold air on Tuesday, too. So it has some snow, a couple inches in D.C., higher amounts north and west. And I do like that. So right now, the takeaway here is our best chance for any accumulating snow would be Tuesday. Not so much Monday. It'd be Tuesday. Into Tuesday night, maybe. This is Wednesday night, rather. Now we have added a couple more tenths, but essentially it falls on Tuesday and Tuesday night. So there you go. That was fun. All right, so there is our weather impact alert, first half of the day. Again, we issue those when weather is going to be a nuisance and inconvenient, or it's going to be life-threatening. Mainly a nuisance tomorrow, but there'll be some slick spots well north and west early. Then the sun comes out. Not a bad day. Nice on Friday, 55. And you're thinking, okay, well, how bad can Saturday be? Well, we'll keep a mix in. But temperature's above freezing. It never gets below freezing downtown Saturday night, so not going to impact your plans. Your windshield wipers work. You can go out Saturday night. If you're trying to go somewhere Sunday for a Super Bowl party, no worries at all. Sunshine and 53. Pretty good deal. So for now, we will keep a chance for snow Monday, better chance for snow and or rain on Tuesday, and a little snow possible on Wednesday as this storm departs. But we're in a kind of a very active pattern with not so much strong lows, but a lot of little disturbances coming in what we call a zonal flow. It moves pretty much west to east. But this one has more of a nor'easter kind of tag on it. That's why we have a little better chance of snow on Tuesday. We will keep you posted. All right, I'm going to have new model data in tonight at 11. We'll have some, if it's sleeting or freezing rain, I'll be on the terrace. Yeah. And we'll also have an update on that Tuesday storm for you. If you have pictures, please send us pictures. You can email them to us, wsa9.com/weather, or you could just use our app and go to Near Me and upload a picture or a video, because when you have sort of sleet and freezing rain, you kind of like pictures to really tell the story. So please do that for us. In the meantime, have a great evening. I'll see you tonight at 11.